and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I am going to be reading some stories to you because I miss you so much, and you can listen to a new story every day. So tonight I'm going to read Not Quite Narwhal. Not Quite Narwhal. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. This is Kelp. Isn't he cute? He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food. And he wasn't a very good swimmer. Do you know what a narwhal is? This is a narwhal. But he looks a little different. He looks a little different than these narwhals, right? But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current, and then he's saying, "I wish I were a better swimmer." Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he had ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like Kelp. Look at that creature. Do you know what that creature is called? A unicorn. Do you think that Kelp is a unicorn? Kelp swam towards land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. Do you know what it means to feel anxious? Sometimes when your chest, it hurts and you're feeling a little scared. He was nervous about walking for the first time. He'd only ever swam. But the land creatures made it look so easy. You give him some encouragement. Can you say, "You can do it, Kelp"? It wasn't. Oof. Ow. Eventually, he got the hang of it. He's moving slow like a turtle, but he's still doing it. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him, but as he stumbled out of the forest, make a prediction. What do you think's going to happen? He's going to find that magical creature. Land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns. And by the looks of it, so are you. That's what that unicorn said to Kelp. He said, "We're not land narwhals, we're unicorns." Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow. They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. Oh, that's a tricky word. What do you think delicacies means? He's given him a snow cone. And they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. Look at him with his new friends. Does he look like them? I wonder if he'll go back to the ocean. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly, kind of like I'm missing you. So he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. "Come back soon," said the unicorns. Kelp swam towards home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all. hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. You think that means to have butterflies in your stomach? Do you think there are really butterflies in his stomach? Or do you think he's feeling nervous? I think he's feeling nervous. Welcome home, Kelp! I think they missed him. Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out I'm not a narwhal. Of course you aren't, said his friends. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. They took it quite well. They knew all along, but they still loved him even though he was different. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he had experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. He did want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns. Or did he want to be a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. But then he realized that maybe... I wonder what he realized. Just maybe... What do you think? What's the last page gonna say? He didn't have to choose. Oh, they're all playing together. The unicorns and the narwhals. Did you know that narwhals are actually real? Unicorns? Not so sure, but definitely narwhals. There are real pictures of them. And now on the last page it says, I'm a unicorn. That animal is saying it. What is that animal called? A rhino or a rhinoceros. So that rhinoceros is just like Kelp. He got confused about what he was. The story was so silly, but I love it because it's about Kelp, and he has friends that are narwhals under the sea, and he has friends that are unicorns on the land, and he can be friends with all of them. And he didn't have to choose which one he wanted to be. I love this story. It's silly. It's kind of make-believe, right? This wouldn't be a factual book. This would be fun fiction. Okay, so I read a fun fiction book tonight, Not Quite Narwhal, and tomorrow I'll read another book. I wonder what book I'll read tomorrow. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time I read another story to you. Bye!